Hmm. Last time I did this was 9 months ago. Now the game has had about 30 updates since then. So this game might play a little bit differently than last time I did this. Now the rules for when the timer starts have changed a bit. They only now start once you get into the actual first level, which is good because that makes this a lot less fucking annoying. That's for sure. So yeah. Now I just need to add myself as a friend. Search. And do the starting extractions. That's kind of why making it so we don't have to like start the timer for this happening is like why the rules got. Is that two stars? Oh, oh, okay, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, holy shit. And um, yeah, I got a friend request for myself. Once I start the literal second fight of the game, I believe I should be good. Friends. Yeah, okay, myself. Yeah, that's good. Also need to go into here, grab all of this. Thank God they just let you skip the tutorial. Like, holy shit. Not allowed to pull on the new banners, despite how pog that would be. But you know how it is. Oh, okay, that's really good. So Yoshi in particular is going to be good because, well, you can't tell, so it's not. And take this, we need to skip it. And the run should start once this finishes loading. Run starts now. Da, 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 da. If only there was like a hotkey to skip all this shit. Sadly not. Now, I think my audio quality is genuinely piss poor. Also, yeah. It's really interesting because this gives a, at least to me, right? This gives a view of Limbus that most people don't really get to see, which is Limbus when everything is uptime one and you're doing jack shit. Because most people never really play the game like with uptime one identities, at least I can find. Because I think a lot of people just, are very experienced, especially people like me who give enough of a shit to speedrun the game, right? I think most of us never really. It's just how much, yeah, just how much of a pain a lot of identities are at uptime one, which makes sense. They're uptime one. Don't do anything. But yeah, this feels a lot different compared to last time I ran this, right? But limits has also changed a lot. I mean, the big thing I'm worried about, right, is offensive level and defense level have completely changed how they work, right? So now I think the game is just genuinely way different, and it's going to be interesting to see if I can get a better time than last time. Or if I can get a worse time, I suppose. Now, obviously, right? And I predict certain things will go a lot quicker, like Canto I dungeon, right? Due to how, due to the changes to offensive and how it works, I think it'll go a lot quicker now. Especially because I have 7 Ryoshu, right? Who's just incredible. Now it's a shame I got really unlucky. I got Zwyrodian, who, well, I speak I won't be using it now. However, hmm, Grippy Faust is a good ID, but she's also a bit unfortunate here because she's all Pierce, right? And needs Slash and Blunt. That's it. First Canto, every single enemy is weak to Slash except for the boss enemies and the final floor enemies, which are weak to Blunts. In Canto 2, already the majority of the enemies are either, Slash weak or Blunt weak as well. But there's no real spot for Pierce there, they're just Pierce neutral. And that's the great thing about these early Cantos. There's no real damage resistance, right? They're just damage neutral. Oh, it's Head Hooligan. Yo, Head Hooligan Gaming. It's him. I'll be terrified of the Hool. The Head Hool. Now, Limbus is a game that's entirely ran with the mouse because P plus enter is actually slower than just moving the mouse. Now, for the first dungeon, we're not going to be bringing in a slash ID. Before we brought in a slash ID, but really, the mob enemies are just such a joke that they don't really matter. We can clear them out easily, especially because I got 7 Ryoshu, right? What we really want is a blunt ID, right? Now, I would have brought in Regret Faust because, well, she's just really good for being a blunt ID, but I also have Grippy Faust right now. So I think I might bring in Claire instead. Mostly because, well, Claire is unsurprisingly really good for this still. And yeah, we are going to be bringing in a blunt ID to pretty much every single fight in the game. Because guess what? We need them. Now, we wait to get enough lunacy to go to 1,300 pulls because it's faster, right? Doing one large pull like that is just objectively faster than doing a bunch of tiny pulls. And there's no real reason to wait. We're gonna to like try and rush it. We're gonna get there eventually. That's fine. Now, I believe I might actually have to bring in a support ID into Excavation because, yeah. But for support ID, I mean, I start. It starts in Canto 2. That's when we unlock the Pierce one. And do I have any? Did I put any good Pierce IDs into my support that actually passed? Did I? Well, I have Ring Sang in there. Yeah, that's true. I put Ring Sang there because he's mono Pierce. And also, as some people might have guessed, Ring Sang is a pretty good ID. Now, I'm not really sure where people got that ID from. ID from. But yeah, he's a pretty good Pierce ID. and probably the singular best Pierce ID. Times were also very desperate back then, back when I ran this 9 months ago, because, like, I think the best slash DPS to use in story was genuinely Kurokuma Hanlu. Well, Cloud Cutter also just didn't work properly back then, it was bugged. But yeah. For this dungeon, I'm going to be bringing in we got Faust, because AoE damage is funny. Also, most of the bosses are weak to blunt. And also because having to deal with Enclair is very annoying. Enclair is going to be brought into the Canto I-IV dungeon, mostly because we want to collect the signs and we want to fuck over Cromer, because Enclair staggers her. And we also just need, because we can only bring in one support at a time as a thing, right? You can only bring in one support at a time, and you have to make the decision on if we bring in Regret Faust or if we bring in Corpse Sinclair. And, well, thing is, for most of the first two dungeons, we're going to be bringing in Regret Faust because she's less of a pain to deal with than Claire. So, frankly, forgot to do this. But yeah. Every fight here, problem is that every single fight takes just about a minute. Most because loading times are included into the timer. Because it actually turns out that calculating game time only instead of real time requires like actual work, and I have no idea how the fuck to do any of that shit. So we're just stuck with this for now. Now, the most optimal way to do this, right, would be to do this at a point close to the time reset. However, the time reset for me is at 11 p.m. and I don't want to do that. If you want to be more optimal regarding this shit, then yeah, I would recommend doing this at a time closer to your time reset, like preferably a few hours in, so you could have more efficient lunacy resets. Now for Canto 1 to 3, that won't really matter, but it will very much matter for Canto 4, because right now you're leveling up faster than the game can really drain you of energy. It's just the energy things are just very efficient. But very soon you might have some actual problems with it. Now, see, not using P plus enter is more efficient if you aren't a moron like me. However, if you are a moron like me, then you might have some problems with just using P plus enter. Now, Limbus is a very interesting game. It has a lot of things to optimize about this thing, right? But that's only really like in the later stages, because right now in the first like Canto 1, first Canto 1, there's still like stuff to optimize, right? Like the first dungeon. But the real optimization comes in Canto 2 and 3 when you get to actual interesting stuff. It's very interesting how like slow the story goes, right? Because in this time, in like 11 minutes, I think is the world record for MDs. I think. Actually, no, that's wrong. The world record for MDs, Actually, wait, if I want to be efficient about this, I tap, 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 because that allows some tiny amount of extra generation. And for you, edit team support, bringing in Regret Faust. Mariachi is just bad. So there we go. That's a little bit of a level difference. Now, I was a bit slow there, but frankly, it's still fine. Yeah. Now we want basically all of the slash damage here, like all that we can get. As you can see, yeah, offense level is very funny in Limbus, especially higher levels, like bringing in level 45s into the level 6 dungeon. Regret Faust also just melts all the bosses basically instantly, and it's very funny. Now this first fight in the game is very funny as well because it's the first Agna fight we have, and I don't think anyone knows this, but it's rigged. None of the enemies right now while we're here, they can't die, right? You'll see this very soon with this first enemy, but as you might not be able to tell, the enemy cannot die. They've taken around 150 damage. They're still alive because the tutorial is rigged. It doesn't allow the enemies to die yet. There we go. This place is a foe. But yeah, see? Not dead, even though they should be. But yeah, every single enemy in this tutorial instantly dies, but they're not allowed to die because the game wants to like show off how they work. Let's just show off how enemy parts work. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Now the next fight after that is not rigged anymore, ever. The game still has a little blurb pop up for like how healing works. Because you get your SP gets reset because the game actively hits you. Now here's where we meet the second enemy as well, which is the Sloth Pekatula. No, it's Rat Pekatula. Pick the wrong note. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter really. The Sloth Pekatula is at the bottom, I think, there, because there's the Rat Pekatula and the Sloth Pekatula, and I clicked the wrong note. But it's a very minor change. As you can see, my splits right here are on 41 minutes in is when we get to the Canto I credits, right? And it should be fun. As you can see, I already have, this is my 9th attempt. For some reason, there's a story node here on the healing node, and it's never expanded, and then it never happens again, which is fair. Honestly, that would be such a waste of time. And right here, we fight the Ebony Queen. Now, Ebony Queen is weak to Pride, Wrath, and her roots are weak to Slash, but her fruit itself is weak to Blunts. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when the funny egg here dies, everything explodes. At least it belongs to her. So we're just gonna be stabbing her to death and seeing what happens because it's funny. Is this a left stem? Did I target the left stem? God damn it. Also, order of attack is really weird in this game. It doesn't matter. And just attack Regret Faust. It literally doesn't matter, right? There you go. Just attack it. Hmm. We're getting unlucky by getting a bunch of skill ones for no reason. But that's honestly fine. Now, this right here is just a way to introduce us to the concept of skill checks being a thing. But it also doesn't matter, like at all. And as you can see, we just AoE attack here and kill her. Because Regret Faust. And that's part of why we brought Regret Faust in here. The other reason is False Apple is a bitch, and he's the final boss, and we're going to kill him. There's also the Doomsday Counter, stupid enemies there, who are also really, Regret Faust is also really good against them. They're weak to blunt, and she is, as you might have ascertained, very blunt. Now, this is a G-Core boss, and you guess what's going to happen to him? Take a guess, real. He's going to die. Because everyone else is weak to slash, and the regular enemies are so weak to damage it literally doesn't really matter what we do. Because we just instantly stab and kill them. Like all of them. Now the only real slight problem that Faust has is that her S story is a bit slow. There's also not much we can do about that. That's why I might consider Enclair instead. And while I can see the Enclair solution, I don't really buy it. Up there as well is also the Gloom Pecatulum. Meet them for the first time up there. The new player is already going to get very used to the sheer amount of Pecatulas we're fighting. But here we actually fight the first instance of the Doomsday Calendar Clock balls, where, as you can tell, they die. But yeah, Cantos pretty much have just slash and blunt. That's the main weakness of Cantos. No real use for Pierce except for like there's like a few nodes, but I don't think there's anything that requires Pierce beyond like the Gloom Pecatulas. I think Gloom Pecatulas were the only ones. Yeah, okay. I remember earlier I wanted a Pierce enemy. For what reason did I want a Pierce enemy? Because as far as I know, there's like no. And see here, this is also another funny thing. It's an event check with a story attached to it. First Canto just breaks a lot of Limbus's rules and then like does not lie around them. I clicked the wrong option there, but that's a waste of time. Which I'm making it clear does not matter at all, by the way. And this battle is also really short. Anyway, Limbus really begins fucking you in the ass with power scaling, the level scaling, very soon, actually. In Canto 3 specifically. Because Canto 3 requires a lot of blunts, and guess what? We don't really have a lot of that. Now, the Guido fight, right? The Guido fight has been severely nerfed, as far as I can tell. It used to be way harder. Nowadays, it's like really chill. It's so very funny how strong. It's very funny how strong that ego gift is. And it also just means we basically win every clash ever. Yeah, the dolls here just die. They just kind of die. I'm pretty sure. Whoops. Whoops. This is kind of what happens when you auto win, right? Everything in it. Mm-hmm. We want to take him and just kind of kill him. Like that. Thank you. Demonstration. Now, the enemies here are also, as you might not be able to tell, weak to want damage as well. So that right there also just kills them. So as well, this counter here is weak to wrath damage, which we have a bit, and blunt damage. We don't have a lot, but that's fine. Baba Yaga is also, by the way, Baba Yaga is such a stupid boss. It still like makes no sense to me. Also, yeah, these enemies just are like so fucking negligible, honestly. You see here, we get some more regret gaming, and yeah, it kills things. There you go. Now, Dante Announcer is very funny, at least to me. Mostly because, as far as I'm aware, it was very funny. He's the only announcer that doesn't really have a voice, and he was very funny to me because when I first started playing the game, I was not aware that announcers said words because as everyone Dante announcer, and then for the first time we got the Battle Pass announcers, and also Battle Pass grinding was like such a pain in the ass back then, like genuinely. It was just objectively worse than how it is today in every single way. Anyway, yeah, these enemies here are weak to blunt, and we have Regret Faust, so we kill them all, just like that, really. I still remember correctly how this worked. We go like this, up through there. There's a stupid little event check, which I don't remember how to do it. And we just pass it on to you. I can't. What? Game? Wait, hold up. Alright, my Limbus just bugged out and I couldn't press accept. Well, that just happened. Hmm. I'll restart the timer once I enter the game again. And I should probably make an addendum if the game soft locks or crashes. Please pause the timer until the game starts again. But yeah, Limbus is just running this game, just a buggy piece of shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna resume, and hopefully the game should allow me to accept the bug, the glitch. And we snake our way up to there. Of course, there's the false apple. We snake our way up through there into the next fight. I mean, I forgot this was a combat encounter, honestly, but it's better than doing the two combat fights. Yeah. I always really liked that little hammer movement Faust did when she starts the combat. I don't know what it is. It's just cute. It's like so sassy and shit. One EO gift here enhances burn for like no fucking reason, and it's hilarious. As you can tell, enemies are not just fodder. They are like we are not over leveled, by the way. If you think that, not at least not yet. We're very under leveled because the moment the next Canto starts, we are gonna get fucked. And I'm pretty sure this is the Gloom fight as well. You know, the Advanced Fekatula and the Sloth Hexatula. Nope, very wrong. Very, very wrong. Now we're making good. We're actually making very good time right now. Even now they're being pains in the ass. Now the auto win rate there was very terrible. The patches auto win rate. And then here we go AoE and kill them all. We're good Faust. That's why we have her. Now the next thing is of course False Apple. We clear him out. And it's False Apple time. Who's like level 8 or something. He's like level 10, I think, pretty sure. And there's some stupid cutscenes here. We don't really care about that. And then Yor returns into an apple. I'm pretty sure we clash with Griff House. Griff House here clashes with her skill 3, which is funny, and we stagger it. We don't quite banish it into its next. Actually, I'm pretty sure we do. Do we banish it into the next phase? Yeah, we break the body. We do. Nice. And then no matter what we do here, Yuri gets absorbed. And this guy has a lot of actions for no fucking reason. We're just gonna ignore all of them basically because they don't really matter and just stab it. Yeah. That's the body. Whoops. Whatever. Yeah. It has a lot less skills. The MD version is really weird, by the way, compared to this version. This version here makes like actively no sense compared to its MD version. Because this version here, in its next phase, has 5 attacks. The MD version in its next phase has 3 attacks. But those 3 attacks, for some reason, are really, really strong. Like, really strong. Oh, there, Yuri. Aw, puppy, puppy. Look, it's like she's like a little puppy there. Anyway, there's a lot of like, yeah, you pass on, manicure, and those are the first credits. There you go. And that's the first Canto, baby. Let's go. As you can tell, a bit faster than last time, but that's mostly because we no longer have to deal with Anne Claire. Anne Claire in the past was a bitch. Now, you might look at that and think, oh no, yeah, where's the exchange again? But yeah, got a bunch of dupes. Doesn't really matter. Not really. Actually, in fact, it's quite preferable because it means you get thread for the first time. And that's great because guess what? We kind of need it. Yeah, that is an uptight 3 right there, which means we get our first skill 3. And guess what? It's a /1. Now, we have some like stupid little story here or whatever. We just skip through that, doesn't really matter. Now, Canto II is a bitch. Mostly because its boss is a bitch as well, but that's volatility detected. We don't really care about any of that, frankly. Oh yeah. I fully believe that if you were very efficient about this or had very good RNG, getting like sub 3 hours could definitely be possible. I believe full certainty, sub 3 hours is very possible for Limbus, right? But it would probably require actually good RNG. Anyway, the game helpfully upties the LCB units for us, which is nice because we will definitely be needing LCB Heathcliff if we don't pull any good want IDs. As you can see here, this right here is very satisfying because we get actual slash damage. And because we actually get her as slash, I was normally going to get double Yoshu as our slash unit. However, since we already have 7 Ryoshu as our resident very good slash unit, I think I will be pulling in either Real Marcel or what's his name? Daiichi Honglu. Probably Daiichi Honglu. Tell my last few attempts, right? Well, okay, my last 2 attempts, right, were very recent ones. I had, tried to run the game, but I kind of fucked up with starting the timer. And, well, my second run, I just kind of fucked up and did not start the timer until 20 minutes in. So I was like, well, I need to reset now. This time I actually did it correctly, which is good. And my other one attempts were all, back in the day. So it's interesting just going back and doing this again, seeing how much the game has changed. Especially because I feel fear for Canto 3. Anyway, this here has some more stupid story bullshit. We'll also be ignoring. Now, previously, I'm reasonably sure that this canto took about 1 hour and 8 minutes. I'm interested to see if we will also be having a time save here. Now, Ida, I'm pretty sure is just full slash, but I'm not sure. So I'm trying to check Limbus Kusige because, yeah, guess what? They have a really good source of information. Better than the wiki. Now, I will give credit to the wiki. It actually has the dungeons on it, unlike this shit, which does not have the dungeons on Limbus Kusige. Then I can really blame them for it. It's such an obscure thing that I can't blame them for like not having that shit in it, right? Anyway, Canto II is pretty much mono slash right up until the dungeon, where it's mostly blunt actually. Most of the goon enemies aren't, but then we get to the later floors and guess what they are? Let's get back. Anyway, all of Canto 3 is pretty much just blunt. Now, everyone kind of knows the first two cantos are really easy to beat in one setting. I mean, I do as well. I mean, this takes up 3 hours. But I might try and do a Canto 1 to 4 run very soon. Last time I did Canto 4, yeah, it didn't go very well. But this time I believe it might, because there's a lot more that can be easily done about certain fights. By which I mean, Dongbek. Dongbek is a bitch. No, Canto 4 as a whole is just such an absolute pain that I'm refraining from doing it. But this is just a very nice little run you can just pump out easily, I think. Because it's actually really easy to do Canto 1 to 3, this just takes like a few rounds. So it's a really easy speedrun. Anyway, we have to fight this bastard. You know what? I'm gonna do something right here, really quick, because I want to bring in a good slash shoot here. So, let's see, who do we bring in here? There you go. Let's just bring you in. Why? Because actually, I really don't like the Tank Tank boss. He's a bitch. He's strong. Also, it's 3 waves. So just speeding this up a bit by just bringing in, well, W fucking Ryoshu, it's gonna make it a bit easier, I think. I see that DDR there. That's gonna clear everything out, I think. Now, the current fight I'm thinking of is 313. Now, there are a few bitch fights, right? Which I'm pretty sure is 313, and then 313, 317. I'm pretty sure it's 313, 317 I'm thinking of. Those are the three-wave fights. They're an absolute bitch. They were also heavily nerfed because before they were an absolute bitch. Mhm. Right now, there's not really a lot to say. We're kind of just storming through these cantos. Uh, these fights don't really have anything. They're just slash weak fights that are starting to develop like a bit more HP. Of course, these enemies are, well, they're notorious at least in solo runs because 4 plus coin drop is hilarious, especially when you can't avoid it because you're going in solo. Anyway, wave, if you notice there, Sinclair gets unstaggered. That's because wave move overs, sinners unstagger when they move into a wave. So even if he got staggered that turn and should have, so even though he got staggered that turn and should have been staggered next turn, because we moved over into a different wave, he gets unstaggered. That's, well, helpful here because it means we don't have to, suffer through this fight, but it's neat. Anyway, I never like realized the name Effie and Sod were puns until very recently, and I'm mad about it because they're very stupid puns. Now, very soon we unlock Luxuvations. I'm pretty sure we unlock Luxuvations post Ida, or it might be post Canto II Dungeon. And thing is, we need XP tickets specifically for Canto 3 because guess what? Cromer's a bitch. Right? But we only really want to spend our modules in our lunacy um, pre-Cromer because it's faster to do skips. Skips are less efficient, but they're faster than doing them quickly. So yeah, generally we want to avoid all instances of ego usage for pretty much every single fight. Because guess what? Egos are really slow. Alright, that's a Ryoshi dead. Which, yeah, that just kind of happens. That's just kind of how it happens. Are we gonna lose this fight? No, we're not. We should be fine. Yeah, but shit like this does just happen when you're solo level. Your sinners kind of just explode sometimes. Yeah, like that, like that. Yeah, Two of your sinners can just explode sometimes, and it just happens. Look at all these unopposed attacks. It's like I'm doing a solo run. Also, yeah, she is genuinely like a 4+2 roller. Get up type 1. It's honestly hilarious. Bonk, 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 bonk. Unopposed attacks, man. Fucking hilarious bullshit. That was 6 turns. Why? Because it just kind of happens that way sometimes. GC's power down 4, so yeah. And now she's gonna get a wall up by an opposed attacks as well. Anyway, there's this fight and 6 more fights, then Ida, then the dungeon. So I look back like on my old speedruns and I realize some of the commentary I made was just fucking unhinged. I have no idea why. Okay, no, I know why. I I had woken up at 6 in the morning, right, to do that Canto I-IV speedrun. Because I was like, okay, this is gonna take a long time. And I was right. I was right to wake up that early. But it led to some honestly just unhinged bullshit just leaving utterly unfiltered out of my mouth. Anyway, here we have our first appearance, I think. No, we have our second appearance of here this week. Now, it's not Taikyu yet. But when we meet the Taikyu enemies, right? The Taikyu enemies are the first instances we find of Pierce Week normal enemies. There's, of course, the Gloom Pekatulas. They are also Pierce Week, but we have such an such a small likelihood of having encountered them at this point that I pretty much already mentally calculate them out. There's like there's 2 specific battle nodes where we can encounter them, and I dodged both of them. Unless see now my brain's starting to piece together some way to prove that I'm wrong. Yeah, we've gotten some like unlucky pulls before. Hmm. I'm pretty sure we have not. Okay, I need to check on the battle pass very soon. Yeah. Ja.
Hallo,
Hallo daar.
hoe was jouw vakantie?
Was oké.
Goed, doe maar verder hoor, ik kom gewoon dag
Mhm. Yes. Yeah. If you're wondering, by the way, I saw a lot of Kudo moments ago. I also saw one guy who did the New Game Plus one, Canto I-V. I have to say, um, balls of steel on that man. I could not have replicated his achievements. Uh, Canto I-V. He did a New Game Plus run. Now, New Game Plus run, right? Which is, on one hand, it means the fights are a lot less toxic. Mm-hmm. On one hand, like, New Game Plus makes it so a lot of the fights are more bearable, but also it's like basically permanent account damage because you have to use your main accounts to run through the entire game, which means you have to use like 2,000 in Catherine and shit ton of modules. It's not very pretty. So that's why I won't do a New Game Plus run because I don't think I have the resources for it. I might do a new game run, cancel 1 to 5, even if I doubt that it's going to be possible. I would need to allocate basically an entire fucking day for it. Actually, might do 2 days. Might have to allocate 2 days for it, even because of how long it might take. And there's certain there's certain specific fights that I doubt are going to be possible. And by those, I do mean Ricardo and Ahab Trio. Well, I doubt are going to be possible, but what the fuck? Trio. Oh. Anyway, what I meant is that I doubt they're going to be possible with a new account because you're going to be looking at generally level 20s who are like up high. They're okay. There you go, Taikui. I love them. Arthur Pierce Week and Slash Resist. No, Slash Neutral. Sorry. Oh, what the fuck? None of the games were fun. Okay, that was weird. Anyway, anyway, um, Canto I-V full run. And by the way, we're this is just there's nothing really to comment on the game itself because these enemies are just dog shit. So we kind of just need to run through them. But yeah, as I was saying, Canto I-V specifically has a few problems. First of all, the pirates themselves are just very strong, and you would basically need to bring a support ID into every single fight because guess what? The pirates are actually fucking scary. Those can be dealt with by just bringing in support, right? Then there's well the big problem, which is Ricardo. Um, you see, I would recommend doing it solo with Ishii, right? But you would also need like another ID to keep doing damage while she soaks it all up. And there's not really a lot of that you can do when your IDs are like level 20, and the selection of IDs you get is truly fucking random. I'm not I'm not certain that it would be possible. Ricardo. Ricardo might be possible with solo Muller Ishmael, but I doubt it. And of course, I know the cheese stat of Muller, Ishmael, and Claire. I know that stat. The problem I see would be, well, the problem I see is that, well, you would need to get an Claire, which, uh, Limbus has like 90 IDs, guys. 90 plus, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Limbus has about 90 plus IDs right now. And the odds of you actually getting any color randomly is insanely low. And that goes for pretty much every single ID that you would aim for that could reasonably clear it. Because you're very likely to, like I do, just get a bunch of dupes. Just get a bunch of dupes, or just get nothing, because you get a bunch of shit IDs that you can't use. And yeah, if you do that, then you're just fucked. Because you can't beat Ricardo, which means you can't get past it. AKA Ricardo is kind of like a soft lock of the run, which is not great. Let's just say he's not great. That's not great. It's really a shame. Now, Canto I-IV has a 2 hour break. I'm not gonna take it. I don't really have a need for it. I guess it would be like needs to. Canto I-IV doesn't really need a break. Everything else definitely needs a break. And yeah, the break rules are absolutely necessary. Without that, without the break rules, I genuinely doubt you'd be able to do this. Yeah. Here's a story note. Um, and then there's just the regular old fight. Again, I'm pretty sure it's just Taikui and. Oh wait, no. That's a story note, and then it's Ida, and then. Oh right, yeah. There's two story notes back to back. I honestly forgot. Anyway, Ida is frankly, I'm not gonna lie, she's really easy. Um, I forgot to level up my Daiichi fully, but that should be fine. That's 5 levels. Now, I could have used Bielmer salts, but I didn't. No, it's because Daiichi Lu has just his SP healing is the main thing. Because his SP healing is really nice, and discard as well. He has discard as well, and discard is pretty fucking huge. There's better skill cycling. But Ida shows up in the next wave. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 3-wave fight. After this, there's Ida, and once Ida dies, we go to the dungeon. We bring in Regret Faust. Yeah, Regret is, by the way, if you don't think Regret is insane, you're fucking wrong. Regret is a busted ass ego, and it's hilarious. Not ego, ID, and it's honestly hilarious how busted it is. Now, I fucked up on the actual unit deployment order. Frankly, it really doesn't matter. As you can see there, Ida is steadily eating shit because she got hit by a full-on hunger skill 2, and now she's dead. There we go. Oh no, 1 HP? Okay, come on. That's fine. The dungeon is next. Canto II dungeon. This should be easy, as I said, because, well, come on. Here, the game demands a sacrifice, and we oblige. Ooh. Talisman Sinclair. Not that good to use, might say. But I think he's good because support passive. Yeah, really, that's about it. Good support passive. What the fuck? Anyway, here we have some Wrath Pekatula. Stake it out. And I forgot the optimal way of navigating this dungeon. Also, yeah, these enemies are really slow with their animations. Donk, donk, donk. Yeah, that's just funny. That's just funny. I'm sorry, that's just funny. Anyway, um, there's those two ultimately just lead to the same node, and the first floor boss fight is what? I don't even recall who's it against. I know it's just really easy. And it's Bone Week. Now this here is like the only fight where like these first ones, regret is kind of mediocre because blunt. And these enemies are all slash weak. However, very soon they're gonna all become not slash weak. And go like that. And sadly, there's no real way to dodge the surgery robots. I wish there were, because frankly, the surgery robots are really annoying. But there's just nothing we can really do about them or like to dodge them. Anyway, very soon, the game is gonna force us into a funny little thing called a forced nerf. Yeah, this is just the first floor fight is literally just Pekatula, by the way. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Anyway, we go through here because these enemy animations are faster, and we also don't want to deal with the Ratpekatulas. We go through here into the molding chamber because we want the ego gift. This is just faster than going through another fight. And these also robots don't have surgery, so they don't resurrect. Which makes them way fucking easier to deal with, by the way. Those are not huge pains in the fucking ass, even if they have like a little bit of protection. Honestly, that's fine. There's still protection. They're still fast. but also, well, their animations were just they're just easier to deal with than Rack Tulips is the thing. We're soon an approach to surgery robots, which are annoying, and there you go. As you can see, I think the game's just bugged. It did it again. I have no clue why. It just does. Honestly, it's kind of annoying. Whatever. Hmm. Yeah, I'm going a little bit slower right now than I want to be. I don't think this is like record pace, but this fight is also really annoying. Thank you. I was worried we were going to lose that. Now, these enemies here, right, die really quickly. Or frankly speaking, they're really fucking annoying. Yeah, I absolutely despise them. Anyway, we're gonna just abuse the not fragility of ourselves, the funny numbers here. Now we're at minus 25 SP. You might think that matters. It really doesn't. It really does not. Because our clock power is so high, it doesn't matter. You can just keep rolling tails. So it doesn't really matter. You don't want the bullied robots to death, is the thing. Which is very easy because they're terrible at life and everything, and I hate them. Emergent, emergency. Stop. Anyway, next you should AoE and kill them all, I think. Sure, yeah, that kills them. No, the big robot's still alive because he's a bastard. Anyway, these robots are just, in my opinion, probably the single most annoying enemies to deal with in all of Limbus. They just exist, throw up space all the time. I guess so does I mean, I guess so does So does Baba Yaga. But Baba Yaga, you still feels less annoying this thing. Yep. That's a thing. Bet you didn't think it was, but it's a thing. It's weird. It's very weird. It's also utterly pointless because RSP is reset basically immediately. But early Limbus dungeons aren't really designed very well, to put it mildly. In fact, you could almost say they're designed rather poorly, but that would be a bit rude to say. Even if it's true, it would be rude to say. Even if it is just absolutely true. Like, what the fuck is this PM? Genuinely, I don't understand what they were cooking. Like, they were cooking something, it just didn't really seem clear what they were cooking, frankly. So now enemy down. There's mixed fight. There's pink, not pink shoes. Yeah, it's pink shoes, sorry. And there's the pink shoes who've taken over Survey Robot, which, by the way, very interesting. Wait, is this the first? Oh yeah, this is the first time you see the Gloom Pecatulum, by the way. Everybody, give it up for Gloom Pecatulum! Gloom Pecatula! Yay! Yippee! That's stupid speed. Oh god, it's yeah. I mean, it's very satisfying to bully Pecatulum like this. I'm gonna be honest. They're just so weak. Okay. There's randomly pink shoes doing that for no reason. And pink shoes are weak to pride and blah 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 blah. Just kill them. Blah, blah. Anyway, there we go. He's dead. Now, it's that, then stuff, right? And Baba Yaga. There you go. That's one down. That should kill. There you go. That should kill. There you go. Now it's time for the next four, which yeah. So first of all, we want to take the bottom because the top is almost entirely filled with gloom pecatulums, which are pierce weak, and we don't really deal with the damage. No, this side still has gloom pecatulums, but there's less of them. Anyway, I had to, for some reason, I had a lot of microphone issues. Not microphone issues, but headset issues with my computer. Anyway, here we meet our first glimpse of the freezing neighbors. There you go. These guys are bastards in MD, and I hate them. Mostly because, well, okay, this may be a slight skill issue that I'm about to confess, right? But you see, I played the new MD, and I saw the uncomforting as like a enemy pack. I was like, ooh, is that like Canto II? It might be a Baba Yaga, but I wasn't sure what it was, so I picked it. And I have my rupture team, right? And I go through, I see, oh, it's sort of short. My first floor, very short. But keep in mind, this was, pre the fusion changes and whatever, so we couldn't really get any actual rupture EO gifts, even if you wanted to. But, I was like, eh. I still tried to pick rupture team. It was pretty fun because I couldn't get the ego gifts. And then my first floor was Baba Yaga. Now, rupture teams don't do well against Baba Yaga. And on top of that, I was on a win rating. Because it was like, it's fine. I'm on a win rating. And then I figure out the actual gimmick of the Baba Yaga fight. Because you see, never before have I actually run out the clock on the Baba Yaga fight, Because the Baba Yaga fight's mechanic is if you spend too much time on it, Baba Yaga will just instantly kill all your sinners because you're running away from him. Right? Yeah, you're running away from Baba Yaga. If you spend too long, if you're not quick enough running away from Baba Yaga, then it crushes all your sinners and all your dreams. I, uh, however, was a fool. I did not realize this. So my sinners just got crushed. And you see, when she crushed the sinners, she, kills them all instantly. Every single participating sinner. This is very funny in MD because then it kicks you out of the MD fights and all your sinners are just dead. So you're like, what's the point? You might as well have just ended my run instantly because that's what you did. All my sinners that I can use are dead. Uh, yeah, it's just very funny to me and very weird. And I never picked Baba Yaga again because why the fuck would I pick Baba Yaga ever again? Oh, there. As you can see, she's a big stupid bird. Anyway, Baba Yaga also has its own music. Did you know that, by the way? Do any of you remember the unique music that plays in the Baba Yaga fight? You don't hear this music anywhere else in the game, by the way. It's just here, and only in the Canto II story version. Surprise! Bet you didn't know that. So yeah. What the fuck, PM? By the way, can I just say how bullshit that is? That's 10 enemy actions, and we are locked at 5. Thanks, Product Moon. Very cool. This is also why we bring Death Faust, because we want the AoE kill everything here. And doing it without Rugged Faust would be a lot fucking harder. But yeah. I love the Baba Yaga unique music. It's just so funny. No one ever talks about it, ever. Which, makes sense because it's fucking Baba Yaga. Why would you talk about it? Like, no one's gonna replay Canto II Story Dungeon. I guess unless you're like a YouTuber trying to get footage for your stupid fucking video essay or whatever. I don't know. Otherwise, there's no reason to replay. Time to watch just attack animations for like a minute because guess what? We can't skip any of these, and we can't avoid them either because fuck you. Because fuck you. I'm Baba Yaga, and my minion goons are given 10 actions. Well, I have 5. It's so funny. I don't know why they're like that. Why are they like that, PM? Why? Victory. Credits. And as you can see, we're doing good. That's an 8-minute time save. Or close to 9-minute time save. And now we unlock. You see excavations. And very importantly as well, we unlock. You know, that's what I was wondering about Pierce ID for. No, we're fine. Alright, these first 2 fights are, funny enough, had hooligan fights. You think I'm joking? No, I'm not joking. The first 2 fights are had hooligan fights. We fight hooligans. And I fight K Corp. These enemies are weak to slash. It's hilarious. It's like genuinely hilarious. We're just randomly fighting hooligans here. I guess it probably makes some sense because story or whatever, but it's just like filler. It's just weird filler. Because we can't tell. Or it's just weird like that. Oh, right, this is, mhm. Anyway, here we fight K-Corp. Yeah. This is the first instance of K-Corp in Canto III, and as you can tell, they do blunt damage. Now, as you can see, we're starting to struggle, because they actually have offensive level, and we don't. Now, you see, here is where, yeah, the game starts to get a little bit different from before. Because, yeah, surprisingly, Linus redid all of its combats, basically, and how all of it worked, basically, entirely since, last time he did any of this. And guess what? This means we need to grind. Now, luckily, we only really need to do this manually once, where the game just kind of lets us skip these, because otherwise we'd be fucked. But yeah, Limbus demands fucking blood now, at least with story content. Ring Sing. Such a bullshit idea, by the way. If you're wondering, my take on Ring Sing nerfs is I don't think we should do nerfs in a gacha game. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it should be nerfed. He's not, by the way, uh, which is good because the sheer fucking backlash and problems PM would have gotten if they nerfed an ID in a gacha game is ridiculous. So I'm glad that eventually they decided to just, not do that shit. Even if, well, I mean, okay, Kimmy probably had a lot of problems in the office, and I can already imagine, I might have gotten a few call or two from the shareholders telling him to, knock it off, which is sad. Because frankly, I think PM should reasonably, if I think it would be best for the game if PM would be able to, nerf IDs. Like knock down W Ryoshu's DDDR, maybe give a nerf to quick suppression. Self-destructive purge could use some tuning as well. Lower its power a bit. It's not fucking as ridiculous. I think, yeah, Limbus would be a better game if PM was able to nerf things. But PM, it's a gotcha game. You can't nerf things anymore. You're not working on Ruin anymore. You don't have the freedom and the luxury of being able to change things after they release anymore. And PM trying to go back and just changing things after they've released is silly. Frankly, I think PM needs to still change their attitude. I think PM's attitude is still very much stuck in those early Runa days where they're just a quirky little indie company that makes janky little buggy games. Which is what Limbus is, but it can't be that anymore. Not anymore, not now. It's too late for that. We're making a game now that's just too large scale. Oh, right, yeah, that exists. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to. Let's just say we're gonna have to bring supports into a few fights now. hmm But yeah, um, yeah, you see that little detour we took there? We had to take that there immediately because, yeah, PM actually does a very hard spike in enemy levels, meaning we actually have to do excavations. Now, that wasn't the case before because offensive level didn't really matter, and neither did levels. It was just HP scaling. Levels affected, basically. Hmm. But yeah, this has a vastly different feel before. Mostly because, well, there's a lot of new IDs now that just make it, well, easier. Or good Faust mainly. But if I actually use BL Mersaults, it that probably would have gone way smoother. Even though I didn't, because I'm stupid. Whatever. Damn, I got all this pride resonance. Am I a Blade Lineage team? Bazinga. Yeah. It's just a lot of AoE damage, which is really nice. Now, very soon, we're going to start encountering the Inquisitors. Um, yeah. Now, Canto III has 20 nodes total, and then there's the dungeon. Now, a few of those are, um, few of those nodes are just story. I mean, 3 or 4-ish. There's story, but it's still our 20. It's still around. I think 17 fights, and then a dungeon. Now, I think from the time I've gotten so far, I do not think sub 3. I don't think this is going to be a sub 3 hours run. That is. It's probably going to be better than my last time. I'm not saying it will be worse than my last time. I'm just saying I don't see sub 3 in this run. So maybe the game will surprise me. I'm not really sure. Or maybe I'll surprise myself, I suppose. But we'll see. God bless America. Now, there are 3 Mars spaces to get to the Mars. And there's Siegfried. I kind of forgot about this. Oh yeah. So 16, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is Inquisitors? First Inquisitors, right? Yeah, it is. There you go. Sometimes the game just like sometimes the game just doesn't respond to my clicks, which sounds kind of thought that. Fuck. Ah, whatever. Actually, I should restart that. Mm. Sticking out your cat for the Rizzler. You're so skibbity. You're so Phantom Tax. I just wanna be your Sigma. Mm. Oh, round and round we go, holding on to pain, driven by our egos, feelings untold, spinning our own versions of the past that you could never know. How do I know? I must be the reason why you have given up your smiles and the hopes inside your mind has been stolen. Nice level up, we needed that. Well, I mean, I needed it mostly because I was kind of running low on energy. I'm Kathleen. I'm personally very fine on energy. Wink, wink. See, this is 313, and this fight right here is a bitch because it's a three-way fight. And it's that one fight that was always fucking terrifying before. However, it's, well, it's not really nerfed, right? It's just that, well, the enemies have such low HP that, yeah, you can see they just die for everything, basically. Now, this is also the first time we see Guido. Guido. Such a bitch. Now, if you ever have problems with this fight, right, I personally could research. Use grit. But honestly, the single best way to deal with this fight is actually just solo that Shironion. Bonk. Because she can just take everything and kill them all. That's great. Solos in Limbus in general are just very funny. And also actually quite effective now because, in story content specifically, because it's basically the best way of just getting more support units without actually doing that. You can tell we are actually quite close to the dungeon. Just need a few more notes. And there we have the first appearance of Guido. I really don't like Guido, by the way. Uh, okay, not really a lot to say about story Guido because he doesn't really do anything and he doesn't really matter. Guido is like utterly forgettable. He's only like notable because I mean Effie and Sod, right? But that doesn't really matter. Frankly, I don't care about either Effie Sod, either Effie and Sod. Sinclair like gives a shit about them, which is like neat for him, I guess. But frankly, they're boring and irrelevant characters. Bonk. She's alive with one, by the way. She's dead. Yeah. I don't really care about either of them. However, I do think Guido is hateable because of MD, or he's really funny because he just kills things and just decides to fuck you over. Now, it's not MD too hard anymore. Guido's not like Guido back then was an instant loss for certain very specific teams and a pain in the ass for others. Nowadays, he's just kind of grilling, I guess. I don't know. Nowadays, Guido just kind of exists in MD. You sometimes encounter him, and then you kill him, but he's not really a final boss anymore. Which, makes sense. We had, fuck my finger. We actually, fuck out. That was a tough opponent. I don't know, Faust seemed to handle it just fine. But Guido's just kind of forgettable nowadays, honestly. I mean, we basically have the cooler Guido in the form of Yun. Yun is basically just like the kids' version of Guido, you know? They used to have Guido back in the day, now the kids, they have Yun. Who to be scared of as like, oh, hmm. But yeah, a lot of these fights are basically just the same as like the early Canto II fights. They're kind of just not noteworthy. They're just shitty Inquisitors that we stomp through until we get to the funny. Thanks for all the three tails, by the way. They've done a lot. Thanks for that. You see this here? This is the second Guido find for sure. 317. You approach the home. And the second doorway fight. We also fight Guido here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Whistles Gaming. Whistles Gaming. Whistles Gaming. All right, girl. Go get him, girl. Go get him, girl. Oh, there's a Java notification in the way. Fuck you, Java. Anyway, Unleashed Violence Gaming. You might not be able to tell, but there were two enemies that. Oh no! Now you can tell. Honestly, it's kind of it's surprisingly inconsistent, that AOE. Honestly, like yeah, the tremor count is consistent, but getting AOE specifically on skill 3 is actually weirdly inconsistent. I don't know why. Skill 2 is still very consistent, so that's good. Hello there, Guido. Die again, bitch? Cause you're gonna. Oh, hello there, Guido. Okay, goodbye there. Yeah, Guido is very strong. If you can tell, by the way, in story. Oh, he's a sword. He's not. That's not corroding, actually. And thunk, and thunk. But yeah, thunk, and thunk, and thunk, and thunk, and and thunk. Unsurprisingly, this turned very quickly into basically a solo run for her, because we just beat them to death on our own. She's fine though. She's fine. Yeah, she's fine. Now, there's oh fuck, keep misclicking. There's just this fight and two more. There's two more fights actually. I'm pretty sure because we need to get to the basement. And yeah. Is sub 3 hours possible? Ooh, I think it might be. Time for one more extraction, which is mostly for thread. And okay, wow, that's just terrible RNG. What the fuck? Alright, sign up. Need to go and do that. So true, so true. Anyway, yeah. I need to level up and bounce as well. Also, yeah, new excavation opened up, which means I need to beat it. And yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do skips on the new one. It's probably faster, I think. Yeah, the problem is we can't do skips immediately. We need to beat it once, which for newer players is like, ha, whatever. Yeah, you know. Teams. Anyway, time for gaming. Am I stupid? Am I stupid? Oh my god, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Fun fact: we could only do one more skip. However, we have the next. Well, let's see what we can do. All right then. It's time for the final dungeon of the game. Of Canto, not of the game. Ah, God, I'm still stuck in the past, aren't I? It's a blast from your past with that sass and lolly ass. Am I not way enough for you? Ah. Anyway, we want to go. Oh, this is also, by the way, the first time we see the Lust Pecatulum and the Pride Pecatulum. We didn't see him before, which is actually kind of funny. Given how limited. After this, we want to go into the next one at the bottom, then through the abnormalities, into the other gifts, into the battle, and then we want to get the sign after some. Actually, let me post and then the fight. But yeah. Goodbye, Guido. Now, I'm reasonably sure these are everything there from Inquisitor, but not actually. 100% on that. There they are. There you go. Kill them all. And unsurprisingly, we won that clash. I forgot to remove a lantern. Ah, god damn it. Okay, yeah, that's a very, very big time loss right there. Oh god, that's a very big time loss. Yeah, that's a problem. That's actually a very big problem. Because, yeah, okay. Hmm. Because any color is basically guaranteed to corrode. And, fuck, when he corrodes, it's gonna kill our team. Hmm. Oh, right, no, I did it for a reason. Right, I did it for a reason. It's because Chromer solo. Right, yeah. It's our Chromer solos thing. Because we want to send him out solo against Chromer to kick our ass. Party-wide SB healing. Unsurprisingly, not a great thing for Clear. Hmm. All sound on my computer has just disabled. It's not very good. Oh, okay, it's back? What? Oh, that's good, whatever.
간다.
Self-destructive purge of gaming. That's enough. Yeah, that's really self-destructive purge gaming right there. Just fucking missed it. Just fucking missed the right side and fuck up and die. Really? Yeah, that's it. Wait a minute. I have base Sang support passive, and I can't turn it off. Okay, yeah, that's annoying.
이젠 안 아플 거야.
재미게 끌 거 없어. 바로 간다.
I thought for a second they had 530 HP. I'm like, what the fuck, PM? But no, I was just pulling a classic Project Moon fan and trying to read.
꿰뚫은 줄도 모를걸?
Okay.
불길 속으로. 다 죽어라.
Anyway, navigating the dungeon here is actually slightly complicated. I do mean slightly.
정보와 각군, 예술적이야.
재미게 끌 거 없어. 바로 간다.
After this fight, there is not directly after this fight, but basically after this fight, there's a healing node. Actually, no, there's a healing node literally directly after this fight, if I recall correctly. And we heal, so most of the damage we face tank here is honestly fine. It doesn't really matter. Most of the reason why we're still damaging him here is because we want to lower his protection stacks. We also don't really care about the counter because, well, we're face tanking damage anyway, so we don't give a shit. Stagger. Kill next
정화.
좋아. 길게 끌 거
Nago
없어.
und
바로
Hammer.
간다.
Yes. Unless we do this because we beat them up here.
저 간다.
Then we go down there because we want to get the rift and pass up through there. We only need 3 signs. We don't need 4 signs. We only have 3 signs.
처리할 시간이야 모자라. 정화.
Yeah. And we should be inching very close to the finale right now. Now, we're not gonna get a sub 3 hours. Mostly because, well, the ability to do some excavations there so we can actually beat the dungeon in the first place.
약점을 파악했어.
But if we had maxed out, min-maxed out a bit more, or just done this quicker, done this entirely quicker, I'm pretty sure.
한 번에 끝낸다.
That's the thing, sub 3 hours is very much possible, and I'm sure of it, like, 100%.
좋아, 다 죽어라. 그 오물을 다 죽어라.
이런 건 얼마나 집중할 수 있냐에 따라 달렸지.
I forgot its actual effects. I should have taken it on Enclair. It's good on Roja too, it's just that, well, better
처리할
on
시간이야.
Enclair, because it's negative coins, so it's just very funny. And also it's this. After the Slytherin fight,
그 오물을
we are gonna just skip the dog fight. There's a dog fight there.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야. 이런 건 얼마나 집중할 수 있냐에 따라 달렸지.
길게 끌 거 없어. 바로 간다. 저 간다. 저 간다.
Problem is LCB saying passive is genuinely such a pain.
괜히 저항하지 정화.
그 우물을
I'm really glad Whistles is up as well. If Whistles was up, this would have been a lot more annoying, but thankfully we're fine.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸? 처리할 시간이야, 뭐지?
Anyway, after this is just... Yeah. There's no real checks, there's nothing really there, it's just killing things. And that's also why it's difficult. But compared to my previous run, yeah, this is going really well. I think I did like say like 20-30 minutes. Yeah, no Yi Sang ID.
예술이란 것을 보여주시.
Anyway, there's some story bullshit here or whatever, but we don't give a fuck really. We're just gonna skip right past it. She's so happy. She's so cute. I love Chroma.
저 간다.
꿰뚫은 줄도 모를걸?
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라. 우리 가족은 매일 아침마다 저 간다. 그 우물을 떼어내주지. 불길 속으로.
괜찮아. 이제 난 아플 거야. 벌써 화끈하네.
어느 날 옆반에
처리할 시간이야, 뭐지? 알겠어. 한 번에 끝낸다.
And that right there is the first ever two-wave Abno battle. The first noteworthy thing in basically all of Canto III if it comes to fights. Well, except for these guys showing up. I guess the second notable thing. If you're thinking about, like, you know, things are, like, interesting. Obviously, Canto III is notable for being the first time that the Limbus story was in any way passable or good. Yeah, so, Canto 1 and 2 stories fucking suck. I'm saying it. It's true. They suck, and you know it. They suck. They suck. It's like, slightly funny in Canto 2. And Canto 1's just like,
부모님의 눈을 피해
watered down, the watered down version of an actual Project Moon story. Because PM can actually write good stories, but that just feels like a parody of PM by PM. Like PM just made a parody of themselves and then turned it into an official Canto for the funny new gacha game. It's hilarious. It's like Sans Undertale. I'm not gonna elaborate what I mean when I say that, by the way. I know. Anyone know why my mouse just like duplicates on OBS, but only on my Speedrun.com tracker? I know, clue person. It's just kind of like that, and honestly, I think it's funny. So whatever. Anyway, we're getting close to Kroomer, who wants us to croom, but we're gonna croom all over her. By that I mean beat her to death. Because guess what? I have all the signs, and you're snagging on first turn, plus L, plus Bozo, and also I hate Damien, by the way. Damien sucks. He's like, okay, no, I would say he's worse for Argalia, but the problem is that Argalia himself isn't even that interesting, you know? I'm sorry to say that. I played all of Runa, by the way. I want to preface that. I say that. People call me out for it otherwise if I don't say that. Well, Argalia is kind of boring. He doesn't really have... He had a lot of potential with him. He showed up a lot, he had a lot of screen time, I think he had a lot of potential. I think Argalia and most of the ensemble kind of falls flat on actually delivering on said potential. And Damien right now is basically just, what if Argalia was a Shota? Which is very funny, yes, but like, I don't know, man. I just wished he was more interesting. So basically, he just shows up, says ominous stupid bullshit, and then leaves. And I don't really find him very compelling. I don't know. Maybe when he starts actually doing things and being active in the plot, I'll think it's more interesting. But for now, he's just gonna be Shota Argalia and less interesting in person. Because at least Argalia was like, you know, slightly personal with Roland. He was slightly personal with Roland, so it was at least like kind of, it was interesting, especially seeing Roland, you know, have a total meltdown, which by the way is pure peak. Roland is pure peak, by the way, if you disagree, you're wrong. And yeah, Roland's ending I love to death, by the way, even if I was sad they cut out the purple tier teaser, and the very nice shit. There was a lot of nice shit at the very end there, and they removed all of it, and I'm still sad about it. I don't know why PM fans boycott over it, like, genuinely. It's like the least undeserved that harassment PM has ever gotten. I know there's a lot of, I know like 99% of that harassment is like undeserved anyway, right? And it's just bullshit. But that's like the most undeserved bullshit harassment they ever got. Oh no, the happy ending. Happy ending after a saga of 2 fucking games that take like 100+ hours to beat combined. And you're complaining about a happy ending. Oh no. Yeah, I don't understand the situation at all, but no, that's what it looks like to me, and I just think the entire thing's silly as fuck. Anyway. Honestly, I don't know why I'm commentating. It's just that well, first of all, I need to distract myself because I'm doing this taking showers. Oh, why is my timer that good? Honestly, at some point, I should actually figure out how recording things works. Because frankly, I have no fucking clue. I just use OBS and tell it do these things, and that kind of just does it. Like, frankly, I have no actual clue what the fuck I'm doing at all. I'm just basically just wildly pressing buttons. There's like a few more fights until we get to Cromer, who should be easy peasy lemon squeezy because I'm player solo gaming. It's just so much. I don't know why, by the way. There's so many fights here. Like, they have, I guess it's a story, but it's just so much filler. Oh, what? You're here. What the fuck? Actually, I have no clue why he's here. I genuinely don't remember this fight at all being here, by the way. Genuinely, not at all. What the fuck? Uh, 1+8 skill. 1+8 rolling skill, by the way. That's hilarious, too. Oh, I'm opposed to Two plus 2 coin skill. Very Kino. Thanks, PM. So cool.
필요한 정보는 찾았나? 처리할 시간이야 모자르다.
Just get staggered already. Dunk, 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 dunk. Get staggered, get staggered, get staggered, get staggered. It's 11:21. Fucking die! Oh god. There's just more time for my poor end players to be fed SP against this war. Please stop this end clear abuse. They're force feeding him an SP like he's a dog. Or a puppy, or whatever you can call it. Alright, one more stupid fight like this. It's not no fight, but honestly, I don't recall what this is against, honestly. Is this in everything there? I hate this game, and I hate proxy games. This is genuinely stupid. Like, hold up. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What am I looking at? Wait, okay, it's just, so no, my words are not delayed, just my brain is, because I'm trying to comp, like, what the fuck PM has cooked here. What is this? 3 Slithering Inquisitors? Are you shitting me? What? What the fuck, PM? What are you doing? What is this? What is this dumbass fight? What is this goofy ass fucking fight that I'm beating right now? What am I doing right now? What the fuck? Yeah. I should just get self-destructive purge. Shut the fuck up. You got self-destructive purge, nerd. I'm gonna beat you up and steal your lunch money. Fuck you. This goofy ass shit. What is this? 3 fucking Slithering Inquisitors. What a genuine. What am I doing here? Well, PM, what are you making me fight here? What are you? Come And the argument thing, I am here thinking I need to take this fucking silly, goofy ass shit seriously. What the fuck? Oh, I'm fucking wrong. What the fuck? Yeah, we're not cooking. I'm not even upset. I'm just confused. It's so weird. Oh my god. And the other guy is 2 bleeds, so he's gonna die.
그게 덜 아플걸?
My baby sitting on the 2 or 3 shots and I'll show you how to turn it up and now. Oh, he just died with joy. Anyway, that's hilarious. Now then, it's Kroomer time, baby! Kroomer time. That's hilarious. Change scripted out as well to a different class. No, she doesn't have a sport class.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
Alright, hello there. Don't call him mommy. Oh god. Well, it's time for Kroomer.
어땠어, 싱클레어?
불길 속으로. 불길 속으로. 그 오물을 떼어내주지. 나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면. 불길 속으로. 숲에 발을 들일 때는 조심했어야죠.
This is sped up, by the way. I want to note that this is sped up. Anyway, yeah, we're beating her right now. So I'm worried you won't be able to fully kill her. Your problem. If not, then it's just that hard. Now you see that right there is a problem. Because I don't want to be gazed into when she starts her next phase. Actually, corrosion's still better here. Whatever. Ooh, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah. No, we're fine. We're fine, actually. We're so fine. We're so fine. And praying is simple. Take her maw and beat it up.
불길 속으로 그 오물을 떼어내주지. 좋아.
There you go, and she's dead.
다 죽어라.
If you're wondering why I used just a normal skill instead of self-destruct, if you're wondering why I used self-righteous judgment against skill 2 instead of self-destructive purge, Damien, it's mostly because, well, the animation for skill 3 is longer.
데미안.
That was the run. That was
당연한 결과죠.
40 minutes of
저는
time save?
선택받았으니까 그렇겠죠?
Alright then, that was nice. Well now, see you next time I guess.